Hey, Stuart here. Doing a video of a little project I'm doing. Hopefully going to do it all in one day, so hopefully this video won't be a part one of whatever. Well, it will really, because I'll tell you my plans in a bit anyway. I sold my Neo Geo AES, basically because I have an MVS now and the games are a lot cheaper. Plus I've got the 161 in one games cartridge. It's got a lot of games and that'll keep me happy for a very long time. Now I tried to sell it on eBay without the joystick because they need the joystick for the MVS, because when I bought it I had no joystick. That's why I got it cheaper. But it only got to about £130 I think at the very most. That's with 4 games. That's with King of Fighters 94, 2001, Samurai Shodown or Samurai Spirits, and Art of Fighting. 130 quid for that, 4 games. I thought it was very cheap. It didn't sell in the end. I had a reserve and it didn't sell. So I thought, okay, I put it back up there, and I actually sold it with the joystick, and the joystick was actually a very good condition one. I actually got it from Japan, boxed as well. The box is actually underneath the webcam at the moment. So I put it back on with the webcam and it sold for 220 quid, so it was worth putting it on. Now, instead of just going out and buying another Neo Geo joystick, I thought it'd be a good time to actually try and make my own one. I did like the Neo Geo joystick. It was a very good joystick, but I found the buttons were very soft. There were quite a few times when you just literally rest your hand on it and you'd activate the button, which is quite annoying. It also sounds very hollow. I don't know if anybody's ever used one. There's actually no circuitry inside, it's just literally wires, because every single button has its own pin on the joystick, so there's no circuitry or chips in there. It sounded very hollow when you were actually using it. It sounded like a drum. I personally felt like it. So I know people say it's great, but I thought it could be better quality. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make my own joystick. Again, because you don't need any circuitry, it's literally a wire to the right pin on the joystick port, so to say. So I've been on the internet. I went to a website called, arcadeworlduk.com. I look at the buttons and stuff there. I went to quite a few websites. Now this Arcade World UK was slightly dearer, but you're talking about 10p more per button. If you're buying hundreds, yes, makes a difference. But even buying it from America, once they added on tax and the shipping, I think again, for all the buttons and the joystick, I think this people worked up like £4 more expensive, and I'd rather have a UK. I'd rather spend 4 quid to have a UK based company. If I have any issues, I don't have to ship off to America and stuff like that. Now, reading quite a lot of things. Oh, got a message. Reading quite a lot into the buttons and whatnot. The main ones are Sanwa, and is it Shimizu or Saimitsu? I think that's the two. Trying to look at the name. Is it Saimitsu? They're the two main ones. And I had a read look into it. I was under the impression that the Sanwa were the ultimate ones to go with, and basically it down to preference. I didn't know. There's a lot of detail about different throw of joysticks, the different shape of the gate. Oh my word! What type of switches, micro switches underneath it? Is it levered micro switch? Oh my word! It could go on forever. That's for the seriously hardcore people. In the end, I decided to go for it's a Shimizu. Don't ask me the number. It's an LS something 40. Apparently this is the same joystick that they use on the Neo Geo arcade machines. Nice clicky. It's got a gate there, so it's actually got 8-way gate, 2-way gate, 4-way gate built into it, so it's all very good. And I decided to go for the 30mm Shimizu, I'm going to call them, smoked buttons. When I read into it, apparently the Sanwa ones don't need as much pressure to actually activate them. Like I said, when I was playing the Neo Geo one, literally resting my hands on the buttons would sometimes cause it to activate. But I'm probably old school, you'd probably say. I like it to actually have a bit of depression, a bit of force behind it, so I can actually rest my fingers on the button that actually activates it. I mean, before, don't know if they can see, I can't really see because I've moved it now. Now, before I'd literally do that on the Neo Geo and it would actually activate it. This needs a bit of a force. So those came today. I've got 4 buttons, obviously for the A, B, C and D, and I got 2 smaller white buttons for the start and select. And the good thing about these is you can actually all this comes apart. You can actually remove this top perspex and actually print out something there. So if I wanted to put like something that said start or select, I can actually do that. But that's a future project really. All I need at the moment now is to just get a joystick up and running. My ultimate goal is to actually have it all kitted out. I want to have perspex on top. I want to have a nice printout of a good picture. I've actually picked a picture out already, and in the end I want to make the MDF box where all the circuitry is like that. But then what I do is basically make a border in a really nice wood, like a maple or an ash or something like that, so it looks like it's solid. That it's not. It's just basically a frame, but you won't be able to see the MDF and the pine or whatever is in the middle of it all at the end of it. Anyway, so got my buttons. I went out and bought the wires. The ironic thing is, the wires and the terminators that got on the back there, because I had to go to Maplin to get them because I didn't need the massive bulk, it had to be quite expensive, but it's one of those ones, once I've got them, I've got them. Like I bought a piece of MDF, and it's a massive piece of MDF, but that could probably make about 6 or 7 joysticks, so if this goes well, I might actually make one to put on eBay, so it goes. So, got the wires, got the terminals, got the wood. Now, I wanted a layout of joystick and buttons, and I went to a website. I'll put all these links in the description later on. This is not very... What's this joystick? What's this? No, that's not right. Not scrolling down, that's right. Here we go. So it wasn't scrolling down. A website called slagcoin.com. It's a really good resource about how to make your own joysticks. There's lots of information on there. And one of the best things to actually have is a page just dedicated to layouts. So I printed a few off because I didn't know whether to go for the Neo Geo AES where the buttons go basically a diagonal line like that with the joystick there, or should I go for the arcade, you got your thumb and then 3 there. Also go for something different, or traditional, put 4 in a row, or whatever. I don't know. So there's a great website. It's actually got loads and loads of layouts, over a dozen layouts, probably closer to 20 layouts. What you can actually do is actually print them off like so. Let me get that back so I make sure you can see. There you go. Print them off like that. So, and this is actually to scale. Actually made that showing how to print out with to scale. They got where the joystick would be, but you also got these dots here. It says these are also other places you can put it as well. You can put it there, there, there. And basically what you do is you just literally print it out, put your hands on it, and see if it works for you. So I printed quite a few things out. And I go with them. Now, I always felt like my hands were stretching a little bit. I know I've actually got big palms but little fingers. Something from my dad. Really weird. Got massive big square palms and tiny fingers for the size of my hands. Anyway, so I decided to go for a layout. Apparently, according to the description, it's a layout which they use in the Sega Blast Cities, or one of the Sega Blast City ones. It does have to go quite a lot of detail, and some of them are actually custom made. Things like that one, where you saw a massive joystick button. It's just so you can actually pick the ones you want. I mean, drill out the holes you want. So I picked the one I want. Put my hands on the table to have a go. I must say, when I was actually testing it, people do this as well. When I was actually pretending to play on the table, I had my hands flat like that against the paper. And you don't play it like you play with it. Your hand crooked like that, coming on top. So I picked a layout. Like I said, it's a Sega Blast City one. And I wanted to test it. So what I've done, just below camera, I've got a shoebox. And I put on the controller like that, and basically give it a whirl. Basically put it in the position. Now I've got a hole for the joystick here, but the thing is, the joystick is literally just going to fall through because there's nothing stopping it in there. Obviously the buttons are top mounted, so they're not going to fall through. While the joystick is mounted underneath. What I could have done is actually resting the hole bigger. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause it right here. Yes, there we go. So what I've basically done, I've just basically made a hole big enough for the square of the innards of the joystick there, and basically the plate holding it on top. So just going to move the camera. So if I do this now, you can actually see what it looked like when it's being used. Right there. Yeah. That's good, I think. So, I mean, it's all comfortable here. It's very good. That's good. got enough space over here because the detail, like I said, the detail this website goes into about the joystick says make sure you've got enough room over here, make sure you've got enough room for your palm. That's really good, like pressing your palm up there. All I'll probably do is probably make it a bit taller so I can put the buttons there to start and select that. I can put them there or on the side or on the back. I might put them there actually, start and select. But no, I might have them up there. So there we go. So I've got my layouts, got my joystick. I think what I'm going to do now is go and get the router and start drilling, I think. Yeah. See you in stage 2. Right, here we go. Several hours have passed. I needed to get a hole cutter to cut the holes for the buttons. Now, when I went to home base locally, they only had 33mm and 25mm drill bits that I wanted, that they had. Sorry, closest to the size. I had lots of others, but the closest ones. But I needed 30. But reading on the internet said sometimes 31, 32 you can get away with. So I went and got it, drilled a 32mm hole, and the button didn't sit very nice. So I've had to go and return that. I've had to go to B&Q, which is in town. I bought a 24mm and a 30mm drill hole. So I've got the holes right now. And I've just spent the time mounting the joystick. Now, before I show you, the idea is this is just a template to see if it's any good, if I can do it. My plan is to actually then recreate it better, higher quality, and looks nicer. But at the moment, I just wanted it to have a joystick from Neo Geo because I've actually been missing it. It's probably the system I've been playing on mostly next to the new Xbox One. So ready? Here we go. This is what it looks like so far. So the buttons are all connected up like that. Is it on autofocus? It is on auto. There you go. Buttons are all connected up nicely. Now they're meant to be black smoked, but on the internet site they looked a bit darker than that. They're actually quite white. But like what I said, you can't remove these and put something underneath it. So I might even just put print off on photocopy. Oh, sorry, on photo paper like a black circle and put like a coloured letter in, like the A, B, C, or D, like it is on the Neo Geo, and put like is A red or something. So put the red A in red. So there we go. There's me stop and start, and there's me joystick mounted. Again, it's only temporary. That's on there. It's not going anywhere, to be honest. Looks messy. Well, the next bit is I'm actually going to make it into some sort of box, and then get on with the wiring, which I'm shit at soldering. So when I've made it a box, I'll see you again. I'm not going to try and pretend it was only a few minutes later. It's not. It's now 10:15. I spent much of the time. I'm so disorganised. I spent more of my time trying to find tools. Going to my dad's getting the tools. My soldering iron broke. I had a saw to cut the box up, but the saw wasn't big enough. It was weird because it had a metal handle. It wouldn't go all the way through. So I went and got another saw, but the other saw was slightly wider, so it wouldn't go through the narrow. Oh my word! I spend more time looking for stuff that I put down, lost or whatever, than actually doing stuff. If I was more organised, this would have been a lot quicker. Plus I was soldering, which I do not know how to do, and I'm crap at it. So basically what I did for the wire, I needed a 15-pin plug, and I also need 15-pin wire, or core, as I found out. I had to search on the internet. I had to Google cable with many wires inside to actually find out what the correct term was, so I can actually search for it. And the actual correct term is core. So I needed a 15-core wire to use as an extension cable, basically. And what I've got is an old Sidewinder Microsoft joystick, which uses the old 15-pin as they do. So what I basically did is I got the wire from the Microsoft joystick, and I bastardised it, completely ruined it. Like I said, this is only a prototype. This is just to get me a joystick. What I plan to do is actually have one of them attached to the actual joystick, and to use an extension cable, which you can get for about £6-7 off eBay. I've got one coming. It's going to take about 30 days, unfortunately. So then basically I'll have a joystick, and then I'll connect it by using the extension cable. I'll tidy this up, obviously. So there we go. That looks. All those are soldered on and then cabled onto there. I had to solder all of those into there. I'm going to turn autofocus off so you can see. And those people can probably do a lot better There we go. I had to solder those by hand. Well, of course by hand. Never soldered before in my life, so it was a big job. And then what I did is basically on the other side. It looks a mess, doesn't it? So what I basically did is pin 1, for example, is. For example, I don't know. Let's pick a pin. Whatever. I picked a pin like number 8 or something, for example. I've got a wire on there. So right, that's the grey. And basically connect the grey up to what pin 15 would be. It's like button B. And this is what it looks like. So basically got the earth, which basically goes to every one of the switches, every single button. And the head bit is working out the joystick because it's actually lever assisted. So even though when I press up, it's actually pressing this switch on the side here, because the switch on the side goes there. The button's about here, I think, but there's a lever towards the button. So there we go. A few things have fallen out because these crimps are crap, to be honest. I should have got thicker wire. I got too thin a wire, to be honest, and it doesn't crimp very well. I knew nothing about wire thickness, to be honest. I bought the thinner wire because it was 50p cheaper. So there we go. I've had a quick go, and obviously I've screwed it on there. Those don't get in the way at all, those screws there. Put these little legs on it because the idea is, if this works, is put a panel on the back there. I'll leave it open really. I might close it up, but I've not actually tested it yet, so here we go. Actually, so you're going to actually watch me. Let's move this camera somewhere so you can see. There you go. Will the camera balance on this? Look at the state of those wires. Right, here we go. Okay. So I'm plugging in my dodgy, very, very dodgy cable, which I'm very gently trying to find the end of because I don't want anything to snap. There you go. So plugging it in down here. Neo Geo is. Where's that? Oh, I've got my Saturn on. Number 2. It's plugged in. Let's turn it on. Neo Geo. I just stood on your cable. Sorry, I'm really sorry. You nearly fell on the floor. Don't look at my crotch. You're safe. You're safe now. Okay. The crotch is gone. Oh my! I can't be arsed editing any of this. Anyway, this is just to see if it works. Okay, so I'm going to press down. Up. Oh my word. I need something that uses 4 buttons. I don't know which one to start, which one to select. It doesn't use 4 fighters, 4 buttons. Samurai Showdown does. Pressing A. Yeah, right. Well, it works. Which one start? That one start. Left, right. Easy. Spain? Start game. Well, the A works, I know that much. Let's check left and right. Left works, right works, down works, up works. Oh, this is. Oh, I think A and B might be the wrong way around. I think that's A. Holding down start. So go back to the main menu after 5 seconds, is it? It is. I think A and B might be the wrong way around. I might have labelled them the wrong way around. What can I do? So, oh, it seems to be working. I think I've put a King of Fighters on. Because I think A and B... Yeah, one's kick, one punch, isn't it? So A... Oh bollocks, I wanted to see that. Oh, dickhead. Oh, look, I'm sure there's like a joystick. I thought I could do. Regional setup. So A should be Japan. Oh, it is Japan. And B is console. A and B is the right way around. Press C to exit. So press D does nothing. You're the right. Woohoo! So there we go. I'm just going to. So basically, there we go. I just made myself my own MDF keyboard joystick. I must say it's very comfortable. My wife had looked and said it's rather big, but do you know what? For your lap, rest your palm completely on there. I am really impressed. I think I'll do this again one day. Make another one, better one. Nice surround, nice perspex on top. Get rid of the screws. Oh, I did it. So I think what I'll do now is very quickly. I've actually made a bottom bit for this. What I'll do is put the bottom bit on, and I may just tie up the wires a little bit underneath, and I think I'll go play some games. I can play some games. Yay! As always, thanks for watching. This might be a very long video, but something different. As usual, thanks for watching, and I hope to have a video up soon.